Keep the Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock.
TK.
Rock, rock. The Most High is my rock. Rock, rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock, rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock. Rock, rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
rock.
yeah,
My
yeah.
rock. The Most High is my rock. I
yeah,
keep my
yeah.
Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutling. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you wanna fly or do you keep the Bible on cop? The Most High is my rock.
Shalom, Israel,
Shalom.
and welcome to the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We are located at 8524 South Bracewood Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. We have classes Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., Friday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and Shabbat morning class from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We also have another location out in Virginia, and they're located at 2610 Granby, Norfolk, Virginia, 23517. Their class times are there on the screen. We also have another location out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and a location out in San Antonio. If you want more information, please feel free to hit us up, and we'll get that over to you guys. Upcoming feasts. We have Passover coming up, and the Passover will be Sunday, April 12th, out in San Antonio at the La Fontana Springs Event Center. That address should be right there on the screen. We also have the blog talk with Brother S.O.W. Very good classes, and you can reach him, or you can watch those classes or listen to those classes by going and typing in blogtalkradio.com/S.O.W. and that's every Tuesday and Thursdays at 9:30 a.m. Also, Israel Warriors are not doing orders because of the Passover. Their sisters are working on the garments. If you need to reach the priest, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 281-707-2737, or you can reach Priest Quatazat at 303-557-8979. Please text only during class, and Quatazat is 100% reachable. We also got a business, Sweet Ambiance. Get your fragrant oil, your body oils. Get your body smelling good, or if you want to burn something in the house, get your house smelling good. We got lots of good fragrances. We also got a subscription package where you can get an oil, candle, soap, and a special gift.
Yeah,
Only $25.
for all y'all that don't want to go outside no more,
Exactly.
we'll mail it to you.
Exactly. We mail it to you. Monthly subscription package, very dope.
Yeah.
I like it.
It'll come right to you every month, right?
Yep.
For all those that are scared to go outside.
Because La Corona.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also, if you want to make any type of donations, monetary donations, the information should be up there on the screen. The Wells Fargo account we have, and we have the Google Wallet. If you want to mail anything to the school, like pens, papers, books, apocryphers, Bibles, dictionaries, the older the better. If you got a laptop you want to donate, if you got a vehicle you want to donate, we are accepting all donations for the camp use and for the educational process of our people. All right, so you can give Priest Quatazat a call if you have anything that you want to donate, and he'll give you a proper address that you can send it to. As far as the announcements, that's it.
Yeah. And I got Mike. Yeah. I'm gonna say this real quick. Go to Matthew 24 real quick before we get into the class. I got a couple of people hitting me up, like, are we having Passover? What should I do? Da 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 da. Well, let's go here real quick. Matthew 24 and verse 7.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 7.
Quick reminder.
For nation shall rise against nation,
Right?
and kingdom against kingdom.
Go ahead.
And there shall be famines,
Right?
and pestilences,
Mhm.
and earthquakes
And
in diverse places.
right?
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Now remember, all these things been happening. All these things been happening before you were born. Happening. Pestilence, sorrows, coronavirus has been going around in just different names. There's been wars, rumors of wars. All these things have been going on, and you managed to live through it and carry on life, right?
God.
Because before you were aware that the scripture said these things, it didn't matter what was going on. Whatever you wanted to do in life, you did it. Right? You didn't let anything stop you. They bombed damn World Trade Center in 2000. When they bombed it in the 90s, you kept moving. When they bombed it in 2000 in 9/11, what was it, 2001? You kept it moving. When chickenpox was flooding the airways way back in the 80s, you kept it moving. Right? All these different things that were happening, all these different plagues and diseases and bombs and wars, we kept it moving. So we got to still keep it moving. The Passover is not canceled because of what's going on around us. So we got to just keep it moving day by day. Go to Matthew 6 real quick. It's business as usual, right?
God.
Or it should be. Matthew 6. Go to Matthew 6 and $34. And the reason why I'm going here is because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. They could make a whole new ban on the whole United States, and we can never leave our houses. I don't know what they're going to do, but all we can do is take it day by day. So this is kind of the mode you have to be in. Read that.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 34.
Right?
Take therefore no thought for the morrow.
Right?
For the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself.
Yeah, we can't put too much on what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after. The day after, we just got to take it day by day, man. Day by day, as things develop or die down, we got to move day by day. So the only thing that I'm seeing that if the Passover, something does change with it, it's the venue saying you can't have this amount of people there, and they shut us out the venue. But as far as I know right now, that hasn't happened. Go ahead. Finish
For
it
the
up.
morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
Right. So the things that we need for the day are sufficient, man. And that's what we should be looking for. He said, give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not into temptation, but what? Deliver us from evil. So as long as we communicate, listen, you know who's gonna get caught up? I sent this to the sisters earlier today. The ones that's gonna get caught up in the riffraff and the I don't know what's going on and panic mode is the ones that lack communication skills. The ones that fail to communicate because things are changing daily. And if you're not keeping yourself in the loop of communication, knowing what's going on, with whatever school you're with or camp or whatever the case may be, you're gonna get lost. You're gonna be that one lion or you're gonna be that one gazelle that gets picked off by Satan because he's a roaring lion. That's gonna be you. Because everybody else is going right and you went left. Well, we was going right. Why'd you go left? Well, Satan is going left. So the ones that the failure to communicate, the failure to see what's going on, redeeming the times, like it says in Galatians 5, because the days are evil. Those are the ones that's going to get caught up, man. So, communication. Remember, wisdom and knowledge shall be the strength of salvation and the stability of thy times. Wisdom and knowledge, there's wisdom and knowledge. The wisdom and knowledge is to communicate. Stay in communication. Stay in the know. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. The lack of knowing things is what destroys us, man. So, again, I don't know, up until right now, today, at 7:10 p.m. Houston time, Passover is on. They're making garments right now, right? I'm gonna go buy some lambs in a little bit. Well, obviously not today. I was making the song I was gonna buy them tonight. I'm about to go buy some lambs in a little bit.
Right.
Right? But as of today, it's on. Tomorrow, it might be a whole different story. We're moving accordingly for the day. All right? So I just wanted to throw that out there for brothers and sisters. For brothers and sisters, because, again, we're going according to what Donald Trump and Esau, and what regulations and stipulations they're putting out there. All right? So plan accordingly. And as far as right now, we're planning to have the Passover.
Done.
If the venue changes, guess what? As soon as we know, we'll let y'all know. But as far as we know, it ain't gonna change. Slavi, what was the scripture in Matthew's? I went to two scriptures. I went to Matthew's 24, 7 and 8. Matthew 6, 34. All right? Can I get a fan? Got hot over here. Got hot. So, I'm gonna continue this class that me and S.O.W started a few weeks ago. This might be the last part, or this might be the second part, and there might be a third part. And what we were going into was, and you see the title, How to Obtain Longevity in Your Marriage. So remember, this is not a brother's class or a sister's class, it's a relationship class. And what we went through last time we went over this class was communication and the levels of communication needed for the functionality of a relationship, for the proper functioning of a relationship. Right? And obviously we hit a lot of scriptures. Let me pull it up real quick. We hit a lot of different scriptures. We hit a lot of edification. Oh my gosh, come on, work with me. My bad, y'all. So, give me 1 second, I'm sorry.
Good question.
What's that?
Well, just a little rehash. The first class, we were going over like the first part of the basis of a relationship within the marriage and the relationship amongst brothers and sisters and so on and so forth was the communication. How
Right.
communication is growth and development. And it facilitates the growth and development.
Right. There's communication. It facilitates the growth and the development. That's perfect. And we hit a few scriptures. Ecclesiastes 25:1, Matthew 18:18, Matthew 5:37, Malachi 3:16, Hebrews 3:16, Galatians 6:6. Just, the basic communication scriptures, but showing how they need to be applied to this relationship. Right? Somebody give me 1 Timothy 6:18. Now, we dealt with communication. What's another thing that a relationship needs for the longevity, for the growth? What's another main essential? We're going over these main essentials in a relationship. So we did communication. What was another one?
Discretion.
Yeah, that's needed. Now what I'm looking for. Think about building a house.
Foundation.
Yeah, the foundation. The foundation, what is the relationship founded on?
God.
Right? But how do you know what it's founded on? You find that out through what?
Communication.
Through communication. That's why communication was the first. Watch. Go to 1 Timothy 6:18.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 18.
Right?
That they do good,
Uh-huh.
that they be rich in good works,
Right?
ready to distribute, willing to communicate,
Right?
laying up in store for themselves a good foundation.
We're doing what?
Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation.
Right, so remember, this is a continuation from Galatians 6:6 and Hebrews 13:16. Hebrews 13:16 says, but to do good and communicate, forget not. Then he comes back in Timothy 6:18 and says that they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. Why? Why do they need to be willing to communicate? Verse 19.
Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation.
Right?
Against the time to come.
Against what?
Against the time to come.
Right, because there were going to be some times that arise that what was going to be tested? Your relationship, right? Your relationship was going to be put to the test, that man's work.
Right.
Even now.
Yep.
Even now in these times.
That's what I was thinking.
In these times of pestilence, right? And disease flowing through the earth, right? Floating through the white man's air that I don't even want to breathe no more.
God.
Breathe the white man's air. But in these times, what's going on? Relationships are being put to the test, man.
God.
Communication, the things of the spirit are being put to the test through and it says storing up a good foundation for the time to come. It's these times where if that foundation in any relationship, doesn't matter if it's husband and wife, brother and sister, sister and sister, if you don't shore up your foundations, then when times like this hit, you'll fall, man. Whatever you built up, it'll fall. Why? Because now we arguing over water. Now we arguing over food. Now we arguing over the last wet wipes. Right? Well, you got a wet wipe. I need the wet wipes. You're gonna be like the people in the world up in Walmart snuffing each other out for a Lysol spray. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to show you these scriptures in more than just one instance now. But think about relationships. Why do relationships fall?
There's no foundation.
There is always a foundation.
Not strong.
If the foundation just ain't what it needs to be.
Right.
There's always something that a relationship is founded on. Right? And that's another part we're going to get to because every relationship is founded on something.
God.
Right? But check this out. Go to Isaiah 28 and verse 16. Finish up verse 19 where you at.
Come. Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation.
Right?
Against the time to come.
Against the time to come. Go ahead.
That they may lay hold on eternal life.
Wait, what was the whole point of this union?
That they may lay hold on eternal life.
The whole point was for you and your wife to lay hold on eternal life. Not just the husband. Not just one side of the union. The whole point was that how do we both get saved? How do we both get into eternal life? Right? Go to Isaiah 28 and verse 16. Y'all could.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 16.
Right?
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God,
Right?
behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation a stone,
Right?
a tried stone.
Now, check this out. Back in Isaiah, the Most High is telling us, he said, listen, I gave you a foundation. A tried stone. Meaning what? This thing is proven. Right? This foundation, you can rain on it. right? You can spill on it. You can drive cars on this. You can put weight on it.
Won't fall.
And guess what? This foundation ain't gonna crack.
Con.
It ain't gonna have no little hairline fractures.
Not gonna shift.
It's not gonna. Yeah, this foundation ain't gonna shift to the side.
Right.
It ain't gonna go left or right. Right? It ain't gonna be no sinkholes.
Right.
It's a tried stone, a tried foundation. Go ahead.
A precious cornerstone.
Go ahead.
A sure
Hey,
foundation.
what?
A sure foundation.
Go ahead.
He that believeth shall not make haste.
Now, make haste to do what? He that believeth shall not make haste. The Most High said, I laid this in Zion.
Right.
I'm already giving this to the people.
Con.
I gave this to you. Now, let's look at many different aspects in life. There's a foundation for a lot of different things, right? You got to have a foundation for your children, having children, foundation for business, foundation for anything. It has to be founded on something. Why am I doing this?
Right.
What can I rest this on that when I do start to build, it's going to prosper? Because what's the point of building a mansion? You got Tony Stark's mansion. Remember Tony Stark's mansion in the cliff?
Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the point of having Tony Stark's Malibu mansion and the floor caves in? None, right?
Con.
There's no point in having something so beautiful and luxurious if the main part of it, meaning, think about people that have these Beyonce, Jay-Z relationships.
Yes.
And who's the other idiot? Travis Scott and the Kardashian chick. What's going on with it?
I was saying it's trying to reconnect.
Oh yeah, it's probably just the internet. It'll come back on.
Con.
The Kardashians. Every minute Travis Scott and his chick is doing what?
Breaking up.
They breaking up.
Making up.
We together, then we breaking up. We together, then we breaking up.
Right.
All these celebrities in the news,
Con.
they got the glorious, we can go out to eat where we want. We can go out to drink where we want. We can dress and you got matching
Right.
whatever the hell we wearing. You see Dwayne Wade and his whack wife. She got matching business suit tops. Right on the red carpet. We go on the red carpet, y'all. Right? We go out to Nobu and eat dinner.
Right.
Like, they got that glorious part of the relationship down.
Con.
But what is it founded on? Read that one more time in Isaiah.
Con, from the top.
Yeah.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God,
Go ahead.
behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation a stone,
Right?
a tried stone,
A proven and tried stone. Go ahead.
a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation.
Right?
He that believeth shall not make haste.
Shall not make haste to do what? That's the question.
Right.
Go to 1 Corinthians.
Con.
Go to 1 Corinthians.
And
And 3 and verse 10.
you know what's cool about that Isaiah scripture too? You know when it says that Christ is a tried stone, right?
Con.
Well, it didn't say it.
Oh.
Yeah, you just gave it a Go ahead.
Oh.
I didn't say it, but
Yeah. So you know that tried stone, right? When you look at it, if you look at the world, you can build your house on cement. You can build your house on a mountain. But something can always happen to tear down that house.
Right.
To mess up the foundation. 1 second. Like you'll start seeing cracks because the foundation is messing up.
Con.
You know, you can get an earthquake and mess the whole thing up.
Con.
But when you look at when you build your relationship on this,
Right.
it's perfect.
Right.
that's why I said it's a sure foundation. That means that it went through the earthquakes.
Right.
Yep.
It went through, remember, it said storing up
Yeah.
for themselves a good foundation against the time to come.
Right.
Now, what happens to foundations during earthquakes? What's it saying?
It's saying can't continue live video.
Oh, okay. See if it'll restart.
Yes, sir.
What happens to a building when there's a tornado, earthquake, all these storms and rain? The building gets beat up,
Yeah.
right? The building gets beat up and the building is repairable, right? But what happens when the foundation moves?
The whole thing.
The building is useless.
Yeah.
So he said, he that believeth shall not make haste. Go to 1 Corinthians 3 and 10.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 10.
Go ahead.
According to the grace of God, which is given unto me,
Right?
as a wise master builder,
Right?
I have laid the foundation.
Now, Paul said, I have laid the foundation, but truthfully, the foundation was already given.
Con.
Paul was just coming back and saying, look, remember, this is what we got to build on. This is what we got to build on.
Right.
This is what we got to build on. This is what we have to establish our relationships on.
Right.
Now, ask yourself, some of us have been through many a relationship, and the relationship fell through because what did you base that relationship on? What was your foundation? Well, some of us base the relationship off of money, right? You know, a lot of women that are being taught what? He got to make 7 figures,
Right.
right? If he ain't a doctor, if he ain't a lawyer, if he don't bounce a ball or catch one, it's not worth it,
Right.
right? So money, you got some basic relationship off of sex,
Right.
how good a person is in the bedroom,
Right.
but it don't last. All the things, they don't last.
Con.
Because after a while, he gonna get old, his back ain't gonna work. After a while, she gonna get old, and everything's gonna droop,
Right.
right?
Right.
After a while, the money's gonna end.
Con.
What else? Looks, right? After a while, you get old.
Right.
The looks fade, right? What else do they base relationships off of?
Security.
Oh, being like secure, like
Right.
what? Financially secure?
Right. Like they might not like them, but.
Oh, yeah. So he's my sugar daddy,
Right.
right? Or he could take me on trips.
Right.
I'm with him because he could pay for my car. He could pay my house. Why you with him? He be beating you. Well, he be paying my house.
Right.
He be paying this car note, girl. Like, ain't that how it is, man? Nigga, why you with her? Look how she act. Man, can you see them titties?
Right.
Man,
Yeah.
because when I get because the bedroom game is on point.
Right.
Like, that's what people base relationships off of. So what do you toss to the side?
They base it off of fun as well.
Oh, how much fun you got with a person? Like, oh,
She's fun. He's fun. You're boring.
you know what else? You know I like that? I was watching The Blacklist last night, and one of the characters, he gets into this new relationship with this chick,
Yeah.
and she got this dude like breaking the law. Like, they're having sex in like other people's houses. They're like wedding crashing. They're breaking into like government buildings and just chilling.
Right.
And she's like, well, if you're not adventurous like me, then that's a deal breaker. Next thing you know, they in the Washington Monument hanging out like after hours. If it ain't working, it's all good.
Oh.
Are you getting it?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you.
Yeah. So he basically conformed to what they consider fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing too. Yeah, you're not fun. You're boring.
Right.
Right? Oh, he's too safe.
Right.
So I need the bad guy that rides the motorcycle.
Yeah, he's too good.
I need the nigga that he's gonna beat me.
Right.
Right? Because if he ain't beating me, it ain't a relationship. He don't love me.
Right.
Right? If he ain't putting me in some promiscuous, perverse situations, it's not a real relationship. If there's no drama attached,
Yeah.
some women think like this.
Right.
Some men too.
Right.
Like if there ain't no baby mama drama happening, this ain't a real relationship.
Yeah.
Because we've been conditioned that there has to be drama. There has to be fighting. There has to be cops.
Right.
There has to be somebody getting beat up.
Right.
There has to be these things for it to be considered a relationship. So what do you end up tossing to the side? Well, you toss away that cornerstone that was already set for you. You throw away the foundation that was already set up. Watch. You had your hand up, Ricardo?
Also, like, I've heard men say it and women
It's
say
good?
it. Women say it.
Don't worry about it. Let me get my phone.
They're in relationships because they do not want to be alone.
Let me get that
They feel
case.
like they're too good
Right.
to be without
Oh.
somebody.
Yeah, so you settle. Your foundation is I just gotta settle because I don't want to be alone.
Right.
Right?
Huh.
I don't want to be alone, so you end up just getting the first random bounce back booty you can get.
Right.
Wasting
Call it
time.
random bounce back booty. Right?
Huh.
Rebound chicks. You get the rebound relationship.
Right.
Dang, it really ain't working, huh?
No, sir.
Okay. Weird. You get the rebound relationship, but what is that founded on? That's usually just straight lust.
Right.
Lust and being scared.
Con, yeah.
Right? And all these, you know what's sad about? You know what's sad about that? You have people that'll build a relationship on the same foundation more than once.
Right.
The same foundation that failed,
Whoa.
Right.
it failed you last year. The same quicksand that you built on last year,
Whoa.
it was quicksand.
Right.
So instead of going and mixing up going and finding a real foundation, you're like, oh yeah, well I already got some quicksand, right? I already got murmuring, backbiting, pride, contention, hate, envy. So let me build on those things. Because that's what you're literally founding lust, right? That's what you're founding your relationship on, and that's why it falls through.
That's right.
Read on.
I have laid the foundation,
Right.
and another buildeth thereon.
Right?
But let every man take heed how
He said what?
Let every man take heed.
Yeah, he said you got to be careful. He said take heed. Take heed to what?
Take heed how he buildeth thereupon.
Right. You got to take heed that first of all you use the foundation that was already laid, and then you got to be careful now even how you build on that foundation. So there's two things going on here. There's a foundation, then there's something that you're building. What is your relationship founded on? That's a question that a lot of brothers and sisters got to ask themselves. Because you got a lot of Israelite men like just grabbing up women just because you can.
Right.
Well, my relationship is founded on Isaiah 4:1, nigga. 7 women shall cling on to 1 man. Okay. So as fast as 7 women cling on, 7 women let go.
Right.
So you don't got no relationship.
Nope.
My relationship is like founded on Isaiah 4:1. Founded on multiple ribs. That's my relationship. It's founded on multiple ribs. But are you taking the time to make sure that when you endeavor into these relationships that what we're trying to build, because remember, it ain't just one man building.
Yeah.
Now you're building together.
Con.
So you see why the communication is very important. Because you might be building with a person, and just because they got the head wrap on and the dress, that don't mean that they know how to do the things that are going to come later down the line of a relationship. Like know how to take care of kids. Just because she's in the book, don't mean she knows how. She might not know how to take care of kids. So the whole communication part should have happened to see, hey, how do you, man, these, kids, do they even want kids? They get them, they hate them, they don't want to nurture them.
Right.
It's all these different things that should have been spoken about. Children, level of education, food and diet. You try to build the vegan lifestyle, and she's like, nah, nigga, we on McDonald's. We on McDonald's and burgers. Now, what does that cause in your household?
Confusion.
Division and confusion. So now you got a split foundation. My relationship is founded on Christ, and yours is founded on veganism.
Right.
Because you have people that's like that. Well, I'm more into veganism than I am into the Bible. I'm more into black power than I am into the Bible. But she had on a head wrap and a scarf. Right? She had on fringes.
Right.
Yeah, but she was an Old Testament group. And you believe in Christ, you Messianic.
Right.
Did you take the time to communicate about what foundation were we going to step on?
Yes, sir.
The foundation was already there. And you have all these different choices. Well, we can base it off of lust. We can base it off of Yahweh Shai. We can base it off of the Old Testament. We can base it off of being a vegan. We can base it off of Black Panther movement. We can base it off of Islam, right? And some people, when it's time to step to the foundation, y'all take 2 different steps. One goes to Christ and one goes to Islam. It's like, whoa, hold up. Why you over there, sis?
Right.
We supposed to be on the same foundation, right? We supposed to be standing on the same square. But it doesn't happen because the level of communication that should have been had before you took the next step. It wasn't implemented. Before you had the children, before you moved in, before you did all the next relationship steps, you should have realized and figured out, are we going to stand on the same foundation? The one that's there, or are we going to create our own? We going to mix up our own cement? Right? The foundation of pride, of jealousy, of the foundation of, nigga, if you get another rib, I'm leaving. Yeah.
That's America's foundation.
Yeah, you gonna be on America's foundation?
Or what?
You see their foundation, niggas is, your favorite rapper's favorite sports player is jobless.
Yeah.
Okay? They're unemployed.
With Corona.
So, so really, are we gonna make our own foundation? Because that's what a lot of people do.
Right.
When your relationship is not founded on Yahweh Shai, on the one that was already there, this book, this wisdom and knowledge shall be the strength of salvation and stability. Stability. What am I going to stand on?
Right.
What are we as a couple going to stand on when it starts getting hard? When the money ain't there? When the sex gets whack? Right? When he starts getting fat? When she starts getting fat? When she's not as good looking as she was when she was 20 and she was glowing and young and tender. What are we founded on? Is it the looks? Because when she's 30, she ain't looking like she's 20. Right? What you gonna do? Just toss her? When he's 30, 40, he ain't 20 no more. His back, his legs, his knees don't work the same. What you gonna do? Get you a new one? Oh no, I know what you're gonna do, Bob. You gonna get the Bob, the battery operated boyfriend. You gonna break out the little what do they call it? The little bullet with the remote control. You gonna have that? That's what you're gonna turn to when the foundation of when the things that you founded your relationship on, the carnal things, when they start to fail. Because if it ain't Yahweh Shai, it will fall. If it's looks, if it's his abs, his forearms are like the Rock, Dwayne Johnson, right? His chin line, what do they say, his jawline.
Right.
He got good hair, right? When all that fades away, he gets gray, old wrinkly bags under his eyes because he's tired from reading the damn Bible. When he get fat, gain a little bit of, what you gonna do? When he gets when he gets the dad bod, what are you gonna do? Trade him in for the 20-year-old what's the dude from Aquaman? You gonna trade him in for him?
I thought you were gonna say Trey Diggs.
You gonna trade him in for somebody young? I don't know none of these young cats no more. Before it was like Tay Diggs and Tyrese, Morris Chestnut. What you gonna do? Trade him in for Morris Chestnut? Morris Chestnut is old now. That's Ricky from Bad Boys. Right.
Oh, okay.
But that's the thing. What you gonna do? Trade him in because he doesn't fit the carnal standard anymore? What are you gonna do? Trade her in because she don't fit the carnal standard? See, when the foundation is on the spirit, you're able to look past the carnal of what the world looks at. Because that's what they do. Like, man, why'd you get rid of her? Oh, she got fat. Why'd you get rid of her? Oh, she didn't cook. She stopped cooking. She stopped cleaning. Like, what? Did you tell her to start cooking and cleaning again? Did you sit her down with wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and talk her through these things? You see that? The foundation allows you to constantly have a good upkeep of the building. The wisdom is the foundation. Yahweh Shai is the foundation. Order, respect from the scriptures, those are the foundations. Right?
You know what's cold too is the thing is that the foundation, whenever you build something, the least thing that you ever want to maintain is the foundation. That's the thing that you're like, man, I hope I never have to fix it.
Because you got to rip out the whole building.
But like everything else on the building, you're like, okay, I might have to repaint these walls one day.
Oh yeah.
I might have to change the things on the roof.
Fix the shingles.
Yeah.
Fix a broken window.
I might have to change the light. The
right.
fan.
You're right.
I might have to change. I can see that happening, but the foundation.
Damn, to redo that.
That's a whole new house.
It's hard. It's hard to have to go from the foundation and expect, and you got people that come into the truth and their foundation is one thing, then they have to establish their whole relationship
Right.
on Yahweh Shai. And it's easier for two to say, okay, let's go from lust to now, okay, order, respect, wisdom, knowledge, the work, right? Being diligent in the Most High in Christ. It's easier for two.
Yeah.
But for one, and then to try to drag one over, nah, that's hard, man.
God.
It's hard. So you gotta know, we and I'm talking to bros, we gotta know that, and I'm talking to bros, obviously this is for brothers and sisters that are in the truth,
Yeah.
and brothers that don't have wives yet,
Right.
you better know that whatever woman you're dealing with or going to deal with, she needs to step on your foundation.
Right.
Don't be brought over to her crap, her emotional foundation. It's always emotion and crying.
Right.
It's always arguing. It's all you got to bring her to the foundation that, listen, wait a minute, order, wisdom,
Yeah.
right? Spirituality, longevity. These are the things that you should be saying to yourself. Damn, am I going to be compromised and let a person bring me over to their madness, or am I going to have them step over into the light?
Right.
You see that?
Absolutely.
Go to Ephesians.
You know, just on that point too, you know, you can think about your family, right?
Right.
And if you think about your family, you look at the relationships in your families and ask yourself, like, man, who's lasting, who's good, who's bad? And if you look at the ones that are lasting, that's lasted 5, 10, 15, 20 years, the majority of them, they've lasted because they're some way, somehow built on Christ's foundation or on the foundation of the scriptures,
Right.
and they're applying it, but they just don't even realize it.
Yeah.
It's like family members that you have in your family that don't eat pork, don't eat shrimp, crab, lobsters, that don't eat certain things. You can see their health is a little bit better,
That's right.
but they don't even realize it.
God.
But they follow certain aspects of the Bible, but they don't know.
Right.
That's how a lot of our families that are lasting
Right.
is lasting. So why would you even want to base? Why would you jump onto your family member's foundation or this person that you're trying to get with? Why would you jump on their foundation when you know for a fact that yours is short, that yours is good?
Yeah, and that they're the foundation that they built on, even though I got family I got aunts and uncles that have been together 40 years,
Yeah.
right? But I say that's luck. And they be in the Bible and they be in church and all that. I'm like, that's luck.
Right.
Because any little mishap, and that whole foundation is rocked to the core.
Yeah.
Any little mishap, and all of a sudden, it's like, hey, I've been together 40 years. Well, yeah, we just ain't gonna make it another 40.
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah, I heard it.
Because anything can come along and shift that foundation, shift that building.
But you know what's crazy though? Is that you do have people that get together and when things get rocky, they're like, you know what, man? I'm old, man. I don't even care, man. We just go.
But but think about that. Usually what happens is the man gets docile,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
and the woman does what? She usurps the authority.
Right.
The man is like, man, I'm old. I ain't got time to argue. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right? There's still no order.
Yes.
So the relationship is still an American, European.
It's like, so it becomes like, I don't know, I'm from a third world country. So it becomes that building, and I've seen buildings like this back home in Jamaica where it's like, there's like a big, like a damn 8-foot hole on the second floor. It's like this really big hole.
That you can look up into the ceiling and see.
Yeah, like you walk upstairs and you gotta, to get to the other rooms.
Right.
So it's like that house now becomes your family. Your family becomes like that house. Where it's like you got this hole, you got these cracks, a couple steps is missing in the stairs. You become like that. So it's like, yeah, he becomes docile, but the house becomes like that.
Right.
Like that same house where it's like that's not even a house you want to live in.
Right.
Like a haunted house.
And you see it because think about even your family members outside the truth that have been together for a long time. Look at the man. Is he really one?
No.
Hell no, he's not. He's a wimp.
Right.
He's a wimp. He's been whipped into submission
Right.
over the years to the point where he's still scared of the doghouse. Nigga, you 80 years old, scared of the doghouse? You 50 years old, and she talking about putting you in the doghouse?
Yes.
Couch.
Putting you on the couch? Yeah, he's 50, 60, talking about happy wife, happy life. Because why? He gave into that woman.
Right.
He didn't. So the foundation was still not the same as what it was supposed to be built on. Watch. Go to Ephesians 2:19.
Alright. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 19.
Go ahead.
Now therefore, ye are no more strangers
Right.
and foreigners,
Right.
but fellow citizens with the saints,
Go ahead.
and of the household of Yahweh.
How are you a fellow citizen? How are you of the household of the Most High? Go ahead. Read.
And are built upon the foundation of the apostles.
Of the who?
Of the apostles.
Go ahead.
And prophets.
Read.
Yahushua Hamashiach himself being the chief
See,
cornerstone.
this was supposed to be the foundation. Not just Yahushua, but the prophets and the apostles. Why did he name the prophets and the apostles and Yahushua being the chief corner? What was it about the prophets and the apostles that was needed in the relationship between the 12 and Yahushua? What was needed for that relationship to even coexist? What was needed? Order. Order was needed. They couldn't meet Yahushua and be like, okay, I know you're the Christ, but nigga, I'm the teacher.
Oh no.
You fall back, Yahushua, and you read, right? You fall back, and we got this.
We gonna coach you.
Right? They have to understand order.
Right.
That's what lacks in a lot of relationships. The foundation is the foundation of the world, and it's out of course. It's out of order. It says the whole worst. Doesn't it say the foundation is, what does it say? Daniel's? It says the world is out of course.
They know not neither. That's Psalms 82.
No. Is it? I thought there was one in Daniel's. That it says
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on the darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
That's it. Yeah. So the foundations are out of course. So now you have no order. If you have no order, you have no respect. And if you have no respect, you have no love. You see where if the foundation ain't the right foundation, the relationship is pointless. There's no respect, no order, no love. So then that's why you'll have, if our foundations aren't the same and built on the apostles, Yahushua and the prophets, why do you think you got so much arguing? Why do you think you got so much contention? Why do you think you got so much going back and forth? So much, well, I think. The apostles didn't think, man. The prophets didn't think, they did. Most High was like, look, I need you to go walk around butt naked. Who was that? Isaiah. Look, you about to go marry some whores, Hosea. You gonna make dung cakes. You gonna do this. You gonna do that. Calm. Calm. Right? They understood their jobs. They understood their positions. That's the one thing that lacks in relationships. You don't know your position. And I'm talking to man and woman. I'm talking to man and woman. Some of us, even with the Bible, we're too passive aggressive. We're too. I'm gonna step back and let her do it real quick and see. And that's a mistake. You got some brothers, man. You sitting there asking your wife's opinion. She don't deserve an opinion. Not right now. She needs to follow, like the 12 did Christ. Drop what you're doing and follow me. Okay.
Yeah, but that was something that was supposed to be figured out beforehand.
That was supposed to be figured out in the communication stage.
So like,
is she gonna follow?
Yeah, in the communication stage, you're supposed to find out if she's just gonna jump on board with what you got going on. Like if you feel like you're gonna go to her foundation and then slowly root it out and bring her over to your foundation, Sadly mistaken, man.
Yeah, let me step into her world and see what she's dealing with.
Wow.
Then I'm gonna transition her over. Hell nah. You should have found out. Was she a leader, a follower? Was she able to follow before you got with her? Because a lot of women, they'll follow the wicked nigga. They'll follow the bad boy, the bad guy. Right? They'll follow him all around. Follow him to the drug deal. Follow him to the bar. She'll fight for the dude.
Oh, yeah.
Now it come to you. You like, listen, we gonna follow Christ. We ain't gotta go to the bar and fight. We don't gotta be drug dealers. We don't gotta do this. We don't gotta do that. And it's like,
You're
what?
boring.
Ain't no drama.
You're boring.
Ain't no fighting. What? I can't flex on these hoes.
You're too easy.
Yeah, he's boring. Why'd you leave him? He was such a good guy. He was just boring. What? He wanted to do that Bible thing. What?
Or
He was too safe.
You know, it's another one too. Another one too is you're too forgiving.
Right.
Because they'll do something off, and you like, you know what, I forgive you. And they're like, wait, what?
You're not gonna
That's
yell
it?
at me?
You forgive me?
You done hit me?
No,
No, you're not gonna beat me.
you're not gonna
throw myself out on the sidewalk.
move off of your anger.
Right. You're not gonna go on Facebook and blast me.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go on social media and put all our business out. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna wait. You're gonna sit me down, show me where the Bible where I was wrong at,
Yeah.
and then forgive me, and then we can move on.
You're actually gonna deal with me like a civilized person.
Oh, we don't want that. No,
Oh, yeah.
nigga. I don't know what type of alien person you are.
Yeah, you too. I messed up. Like, hit me. That's what I want. Like, I messed up. Hit me. That's what they be wanting.
Yeah.
Right.
Hit me.
That's
Like, yell at me.
That's what every other relationship has been founded on.
Shake me.
Violence.
Right.
A nigga shaking you or punching you your top teeth out.
Choke me.
Choke you. Right? That's what
Scare me. Like, yeah.
that's what the other relationships have been built on.
Yeah.
Men too, you got brothers, you got bros too. It's like, wait a minute, you ain't gonna, because you got some women out there that are forgiving. Brothers mess up, and the woman forgives, and what happens? It's like, wait a minute, you ain't gonna kick me out. You ain't gonna threaten me. You just gonna be humble. Nah, I can't deal with that. I need a chick that's gonna stimulate me. You're not stimulating enough.
Right.
You're not adventurous. Adventure is what gets us hurt, man. Curiosity is killing the cat.
Right.
So the foundation. Go back. Where we at?
Right now we're at Ephesians
Read
chapter
verse 20.
Ephesians chapter 2 verse 20.
Right?
And are built upon the foundation of the apostles
Right.
and prophets.
What was another thing that the apostles and the prophets, why did he name them? Well, these men had wisdom.
Right.
They had knowledge. They had understanding. Right? They had compassion. They had love. They had love for their people. A lot of us get with women and men that have no love for their people. And when it's time to do for, it's like, well, nigga, you go do that. I'm going to be over here watching Netflix.
Right.
Or why you got to go do that for?
Right.
Why you got to go be with them? How much brotherhood do you need? Hey, I'm going to be with the brothers tonight. We got a quick meeting. Y'all always got a meeting.
Right.
Well, you knew when you met me that the brothers, you know what I'm saying, in the school, well, nah, you don't love me. F that school. Like, what? But you know what? I'll be home, babe. Give me 2 seconds.
Case.
You can brothers give in. Shalom, brothers. Yeah, my rib, she's sick. And the kids, so I ain't gonna make it tonight. I know we gotta have brotherhood and unity, but I ain't gonna make it to that. Cause my rib.
Yeah,
I'm scared of my rib.
I got some things going on, like
I'm scared because I'm being pulled over to her foundation. I'm being pulled over to her thought process.
Right.
We gotta be careful of these things. The foundation.
That's real.
You gotta know what my job is and your job is. I gotta know what your job is and my job, and we gotta do those things in Christ. That gotta be set. This is my job. My job is not to cater to you. My job is to love you, protect you, protect the house, be here for you, but also for the nation and for the brothers and for the sisters.
Right.
What's your job? To support me in doing that.
Right.
That's your job. That gotta be established and set in stone. A lot of these things ain't set in stone. Did you tell her? Oh, well, we kind of danced around the fact that I'm a priest. Wait, did you show her that you did the? Oh well, you know, we'll get to that later. In like 6 months. Well, did you give her the scripture? And well, no. You gotta set these things. Don't look at me like that. Should not.
Why?
You should not. You looking at me. Go to 1 Corinthians 3:12. He said, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, and Yahushua being the chief cornerstone, being that main building block, the headstone. Everything is contingent on Yahushua. Everything is contingent on, and you know why this is important? Because then you'll understand what is love, what is loyalty, what is real love. Like, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Like, we don't know. I don't give a damn. A lot of us still don't know what love is.
That's true.
A lot of us still don't know what loyalty is, what real loyalty. A lot of us don't know what these basic building blocks to relationships really are in Christ. You know what the world love is. You know what loyalty of the world is. Loyalty in the world is whoever got the most money. That's who I'm with.
All right.
Right? Love in the world is whoever gives me the most butterflies in my stomach. Right? That's what the love of the world is. But some of us are still trying to learn the love of Christ. Well, the only way to learn the love of Christ is to understand the foundation. What things got to be built upon. Right? Read Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 3:12.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12.
Right?
Now if any man build upon this foundation,
Right?
gold, silver, precious stones.
Right. So there's a foundation now you got to build upon it.
Right.
The foundation of Yahushua, right? The fruits of the Spirit. Long suffering.
Ooh.
Peace, love, joy.
Ooh.
Forgiveness. Patience. What else? Humility. Meekness. Right? What else? What are some other ones?
Love and kindness.
Love, kindness, charity.
Yes,
Right?
suffering.
Understanding, wisdom, knowledge. Long suffering. I said that one.
Yeah, you said that.
This is what your relationship should be based on.
Kind.
This is the foundation of the apostles in Christ. Right? No fear. No fear. There can't be no fear.
Right.
Oh, I'm scared to love. What the hell are you talking about? You scared to love. I'm scared to fall head over. Like, man, you better stop it.
Right.
Ain't no fear. Ain't supposed to be no fear in your relationship.
Kind.
Right? So now the foundation is set. Now you got to build your relationship on this foundation.
Kind.
So there's two things you got to be careful of. What you build and what you build it on. Ooh. Ooh. Because then there's a lot of things that come from your building. The little kids you produce, their foundation is going to be your foundation. Their house is going to be your house. So the things that come from your union, if your foundation and building ain't right, everything that comes up out of there is going to be what you are, product of that environment. So he said, now if any man build upon this foundation, what? Gold?
Foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble.
Right?
Every man's work shall be made manifest.
Yeah. If I'm building on the foundation of Christ, but I decide to build stubble, like, yeah, sis, we don't follow the Bible.
Right.
We don't follow the Bible, but I got 3 ribs and I'm having a threesome with all 4 of them.
Oh no.
Right? That's just stubble.
Well, 4 of them.
Threesome with all 3 of them. Right? Yeah, we don't follow the scriptures. Scripture say I got more than one right. Ah!
Right.
When you having threesomes, okay, you just do some stubble out there.
Right.
Woo! That's gonna get burnt. Right? Or some weird doctrine. Yeah, we don't believe in Christ, but yeah, babe, you can go ahead and put that Christmas tree up. What? Whoa. Whoa. There goes your hay. Right? There goes your hay. Oh yeah, we gonna follow the scriptures. And yeah, but now we ain't gotta gather with them brothers. We just gonna follow the Bible. Oh, well, there goes your precious stones. Right? It goes to the level of gold. Why? Because gold can stand the maximum heat.
Oh man.
So think about it. No, we're gonna build our relationship. We got the foundation of Christ. So what does that mean now? I want to see if y'all are thinking it. It just hit me. If my foundation is Yahweh Shai, what am I building?
Legacy? Longevity?
I'm building, the things that I'm building is the same way that Yahweh Shai walked. So I'm building what? Sacrifice. I'm building off of sacrifice. I'm building off of faith. I'm building off of charity. So think about it. So go ahead. No, say what you gotta say. Go ahead. Go ahead. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, so in other words, it's like you're building this body, right? Because when I say that, I'm not trying to get too deep here, but
Get deep. Dive in.
when it said when you take this bread and you eat this bread, right?
Yep.
Then I don't want to butcher the scripture, but when Christ was making the communion and you take and you eat the bread, you're partaking in these things.
Right.
So when you
He said when you partake unworthily,
yeah,
you eat damnation to yourself.
to yourself. So when you build this relationship with your wife, then you understand that what you're eating is the same things that Christ went through. So
Yeah.
y'all gonna be building that. Y'all gonna be building sacrifice, dedication, love for your people.
Unity.
Everything that Christ was about is
Right.
what you're building with your wife. Anything else that you try to build,
It's damnation.
especially if it's from the world,
Yep.
it's gonna get burnt up because that's hay, that's stubble, that's grass.
And you're building damnation.
Yeah,
You're building yourself into a damned house. You're building yourself into a curse because if it ain't founded on Yahweh Shai, then you pump her full of babies, and then she's like, well, I'm still Mexican, and then she dips off and takes the babies. What you want? Child support. Right? She back on the foundation of the world.
Right.
The foundation of the world for a woman that's single with children is child support
Right.
and government assistance.
Right.
And nigga, I don't care about the Bible.
Right.
Right? So you could build a house of damnation, or you could build something better than Tony Stark's mansion.
Right.
But it's what are you building? What tools are you building with? Am I building with faith? Am I building with long suffering? Am I building with charity? Am I building with forgiveness? Or am I just building off of, oh, she's young, tender, and when I hit it, it feels good? Because when the trial, remember it says the trial of your faith being much more precious than gold, though it perisheth not. So what am I building? Because if gold is the highest thing I can build with, we have to understand that gold can be melted away. Gold has a temperature point that it can melt. But can I melt faith?
No.
Can I melt humility? Can I melt away love and charity and peace and joy and long suffering? I can't melt those things away.
hospitality.
Right, hospitality. All these spiritual things that your relationship was supposed to be based on from the jump.
Right.
Let me see, is she hospitable?
Right.
Is she charitable? Is he hospitable? Is he charitable? Is he long suffering? No, he got a short ass temper. Well, is he working on it? Nope. Because he's a powder keg. As soon as something goes wrong, he just blows up on everybody.
You know, there's
Oh,
certain,
they all logged off. They don't like this.
there's certain
They're like, nigga, what
instances
you talking about?
and circumstances that build like relationships.
I want my relationship to be based on sex. And Netflix and chill. They people still do that? Netflixing and chilling? And they all logged off like that. We out of here. Let me hear this madness. It's coronavirus time.
You know, it's crazy, bro. Like relationships are built on different circumstances and predicaments that you've been in, right?
Right.
And overcoming them. So that of course shows the love and everything like that. But when you're building, like, say you build a hospitality relationship, say you build that with somebody, and you're like, damn, we were hospitable right there, or we were hospitable for this time, or you make it through a process where you had to long suffer, and then you make it through that. It's like, oh man, we made it through this. And you get to look back, and you're like, damn, we made it through this, sacrificing, being long suffering. But when you do that carnally, it holds weight. But when you're doing it for the truth, and both of y'all have a purpose, and like we've been touching on, it's built off that cornerstone. It's built off of the scriptures. And you're long suffering because of the scriptures, and you're long suffering because of I mean, you building up hospitality, you building up all these fruits of the spirit. You're just adding it on for the scriptures, right? When you look at it, no, you're not forcing that person to do that. You're not forcing yourself to do that. So it's like y'all are willingly doing it. So that makes it more pleasurable, it makes it more joyful, it makes it more, the word I'm looking for is cherished. You cherish it more. Because it's something that y'all don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you have a baby, then it's like, okay, I have to sacrifice for this child. I have to long suffer with this child. It's my child. But when you look at the truth, when you look at the scriptures, you don't have to do any of this. You'll be like them in the world. But that's what makes it more worth something. It makes it more cherished. It makes it more, yeah, man. What's up,
Right?
So there's these thoughts, right, on the outside. Now speaking with the last thing you just said about like having a child, there's some. So in the world, if I was with this female and she told me she got pregnant, I'm gonna be like, damn, I don't want to deal with you for the next 18 to the rest of the baby's life. And there's some of the thoughts because the house is built not on a solid foundation. Or even like, you know them videos where you do these other nation people in the woods just building up houses out of mud and stick and everything like that, and how nice it looks and everything like that. And then they go for that attractiveness in those such things, you know what I'm saying? But even with everything that we're speaking on right now, without that solid foundation, like, I've had those thoughts where, man, if a female told me she got pregnant, I'm like, man, hell no, I don't want to deal with you at all, much less share a baby with you.
Yeah.
Move around, or I gotta move myself around, or just like, man, wish upon a star type stuff. You know?
Yeah. Finish it up. Read on.
Every man's work shall be made manifest
Right?
for the day.
How is it going to be manifest? Well, it's going to show what did you build your relationship on? And what did you build with? What tools did you use? You use the faith tool, the long-suffering tool, or did you just not teach anything and build the lust? All it was about lust. Oh, she can cook good. Oh, he look good. Oh, he's a provider, right? He's a provider. Like, why'd you get with him? Oh, he's a provider. He's a manly man. What? Like, he can rough you up a little bit. It's going to be made manifest when the time comes. When we read in Isaiah, right? It said for that time to come, or excuse me, when we read in Timothy, it said laying up in store for them a good foundation against the time to come. The time to come is going to declare it and make it manifest. Did you build with carnal, or did you build on spiritual? And with spiritual. Go ahead.
For the day shall declare it, because
Right.
it shall be revealed by fire.
And let me say this real quick. We always gotta do disclaimers. Nothing wrong with having a beautiful wife. Nothing wrong with having a husband that's strong and sturdy in the arms.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but that's not what your relationship should be contingent on. When his arms get flabby, you trying to leave him. Like, yeah, and then lie on him like, yeah, he's just not spiritual enough anymore because his arms got flabby, or she's a wicked woman because she got a little baby weight on her. Nothing wrong with having a beautiful woman. Nothing wrong with having a young, strong stallion of a husband. Nothing wrong with that. But that can't be the basis. Go ahead.
And the fire shall try every man's
The
work.
fire is going to do what?
Try every man's work.
Yeah, go ahead.
Of what sort it is.
Yeah, that fire, man. That fire. She ain't listening right now. She getting prideful right now. We going through this trial. We going through this trial. We going through that trial. We gonna get dipped as a couple. And that fire is gonna do what? It's gonna try y'all. Not just one, but both.
Right.
You gotta see that when you're in a relationship, the Most High works in twos. And you always have to ask yourself, I know a lot of women do it, like, why did the Most High put me with this nigga? Well, he put you with that man to purge things off of you, and vice versa. There was things that you reflect. That man was going to deal with your spirit. You're a reflection of that man sometimes. You're put together. Most High, while you're doing the back and forth thing, the teaching and learning, the Most High is working on that man and he's working on that woman by using them for each other, right? You see that? So when y'all go through y'all trial, it ain't all like, well, oh, it's just his trial. No, y'all are both going through it. Y'all are both getting dipped into the. When she get prideful and start doing the that's her pride boiling up, right? Now he could match that, or he could remain calm, remain neat. Oh, you know what? Oh, you want to be proud? Oh, let's go to the scriptures, right? Or he could do the let me just black your eye thing. So there's multiple things being worked on in a relationship when y'all are both going through the trials. Go ahead.
Verse 14. If any man's work abide which he hath built thereupon,
Right.
he shall receive a reward.
Right.
If
What's
any-
that reward? Well, the reward is you get to live in your house.
Ah,
You get to keep your building, homie.
God.
Right?
God.
You ain't got to start over from the ground up. Go ahead.
verse 15. If any man's work shall be burned,
Right?
he shall suffer loss.
Yeah, you're going to suffer some sort of loss. That rib is going to roll. or there's going to be something put in that relationship that's going to be hard to come back from.
Kind of.
Go ahead.
You know what's crazy, man? What you saying? You're gonna be able to live in that house, right? When you think about it, what's one of the curses? What is one of the curses about our house?
That you're going to build your house and another man lives in it.
You have mixed them. It's gonna build a house, but you ain't gonna be able to dwell there, right?
Yeah.
So think about it, man. When you build off of the worldly foundation, you build this lady up, but can you live with that lady? Nah, cause like Brother Mustafa was posting, when you build your relationship off of traveling and partying,
Oh, yeah.
and then you get quarantined, it's like now I'm stuck in this
Yeah,
house
we
with
got
you. It's
cabin
like,
fever.
it's like, so what's your favorite color? so what do you like to do? Like you ain't no vibing. You never really built your house. So I mean like the scripture says, like it's a curse that you can't dwell in your house.
That's funny.
So it's a curse that you can't even dwell with your woman without getting pissed, without getting mad, without arguing, without
the
peace.
battle-
Like ain't no peace in the house.
without pride, without
Yeah.
the battle of egos,
Right.
without the man being able to say, you know what, this is what we're gonna do, and there'd be a damn rebuttal afterwards. Oh,
It's
that's
like
the worst thing. Like everything gotta be a rebuttal.
God.
Everything gotta be a, well, and like, how come you just, it can't be calm? I agree, and just move on. There always gotta be something said, or a look, or a breathe, or a breath, or a deep sigh.
it's like
Like, what the, like,
Yeah.
damn.
man, I remember people in the world, man, especially my generation coming up. If you weren't high with the person, if we couldn't share a blunt,
I ain't
and
messing
get
with
high, it's like,
friend.
oh man, you're just pissing me off right now.
you. Yep. Let me roll this up so you can shut up. Because our relationship is founded off of, that's another one, drugs.
Yeah.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Oh, we like the same music. We got a lot in common. Which I got in common? We like the same bands. He likes Coldplay. I like Maroon 5.
Right.
He loves Maroon 5. Like, what the hell? How's Maroon 5? Because this is the thing.
Right.
The foundation is what helps you in the time of trouble.
Con.
That's what we have to understand. How the hell is Coldplay Spiders gonna help you in the time of trouble, except for getting you more depressed?
Right.
Du-du-du-du-du, du-du-du-du-du. You start sitting there just wanting to cry. That's suicide music,
Yeah.
right? Y'all going through problems. Y'all throw on some Coldplay and just want to kill each other more,
Right.
or you throw on some damn Migos and want to slap box each other. Cardi B.
Right. Con.
You gotta understand that the foundation is there for you to draw from.
Right.
That's where you draw strength.
Con.
to be able to get through the trial, the tribulation. The foundation should never be washed away.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
But he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire.
Right. So you're gonna suffer loss, and whatever is burnt up that you built, it's gonna be gone. But you might be saved.
God.
You see that? Go to Luke. Go to Luke 6:47.
Man, just think about how many relationships during this period right here, with this little coronavirus, where you're gonna be forced to be at home and you can't work and your kids
Gotta be at the
your
house.
Kids gotta be at the house with you, and y'all are eating this garbage food, and you can't get away.
Right.
Whereas you used to be at work and not having to deal with the kids and deal with the rib.
Right.
Now you gotta be in the house and you gotta be with that roaring line of a wife that you have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be with those kids that are out of order, because you never taught them.
Right.
You never built anything in them. So now you gotta deal with that.
You can't wait to get to work. I can't. I'll risk the coronavirus to not to be around this chick. That's sad when
That is.
you'll risk disease and limb to not be around
Because you never built that foundation.
your children,
Yeah.
your wife, because yes, you didn't put the right foundation. Like you said, it was built off of travel, right? Oh, we can go on cruises, nigga. Ain't nobody cruising right now.
No.
Think about relationships that were built on money, but the man had to work 2 jobs.
Right.
You made her a stay-at-home wife.
Mhm.
You worked in 2 jobs.
Right.
So you really don't even know her like you think you know her, especially because you've been away.
Right.
So you don't know what she's been dealing with, because after you work these 2 jobs, you come home and you just want to sleep.
God.
You want to eat the piece of chicken and sleep like everybody hates Chris.
The big piece, right?
The big piece.
Yeah.
So now you finna be at the house
Right.
with everything that you've just been away with.
You get to see all her habits that you didn't weed out of her.
Yeah.
You get to see all the things that you didn't like, that you didn't check. But that's the thing. What are we building on? Oh, we like you said, we're building on travel. Oh, we can travel. I got a friend that's like that. She's like, if you can't travel, I ain't messing with you. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? You still on that? You damn near 50.
Oh no.
You damn near 50 talking about if he can't travel, I can't be in a relationship. You need to slow your ass down. Sit down somewhere. Ain't nobody traveling right now. They got bans everywhere, bro. They banning everything. All flights out of the country banned.
That's right.
So what are you gonna do?
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Now you gotta sit down and deal with a person.
Right.
Now you're gonna be forced into dealing with spiritual things. Now you're gonna be forced to deal with the shortcomings. But now it's too late, because guess what I didn't develop? Long suffering,
Right.
charity,
Right.
humility,
Right.
understanding,
Right.
condescending,
That's key.
right? Putting myself in that person's shoes. You didn't develop these things from the jump.
Right.
So now when it's time to implement them, no, guess what? Irreconcilable differences, deuces.
Right.
Your relationship is over in 6 months.
Crazy.
My relationship is founded on we can spend as much time together and not get tired of each other.
That's right.
And then 6 months later, damn, what happened to old girl? Y'all were so cool. Yeah, man, we just ran our course. It felt like we did 5 years in 6 months. We was always together. You know, relationships when you always together, it's like, whoa.
God.
That right there. But that's what some relationships are founded on.
Right.
I always got to be with my man. I got to know what my man's. And it really is she got to know what the hell you doing. Hey, where you going? What you mean, where am I going? I'm about to go do the work.
Right.
What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? What, you about to come do this work with me?
Or eat the bread of idleness.
Or you gonna sit around the house and be idle? Some people's relationship is built off of being idle.
Right.
I was watching what was it, New Girl, and the dude Nick. He's like the bum of the house. And he got into a relationship with a chick because she was a bum. They literally sat there for weeks just eating pizza. It started out they were sitting there kicking it. The next thing you know, it was like 3 weeks later. The whole front table was filled with pizza and beer, and they just in the same clothes. I was like, damn. But you got people that really base their relationship off of we just gonna be couch bums.
Right.
We're gonna base it off of the same TV series. Well, he likes Blacklist, and I love it, and we can watch Blacklist together. Nigga, Blacklist about to be canceled. When they cancel Blacklist, what y'all gonna do? Either we gonna implode or we gotta find a whole new series to base our life off of.
Or you finish it. Or finish the whole thing.
Right.
you know, like
Yeah, the
all
series is
episodes,
over.
and then-
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what are you gonna do next?
Right.
Search for the next episodes?
like it's over.
The
So
new
now you're
show?
like,
Yeah,
so
relationship. So
what do you do now? What's up?
yeah, it's just that awkward air. When you got awkward space with you and your real problem.
Right.
When it's awkward when y'all are sitting next to each other, and it's like we got nothing to talk about.
You know.
What do I say? What? Huh? What do you say?
You should know.
All you can talk about is the series
Right.
that was on Netflix, Altered Carbon. That's all y'all share in common is Altered Carbon or movies or music. Man, you heard that new Weekend? And that's when she lights up.
Man.
But as soon as you're like, man, I was reading in Jeremiah and she just does this, she transformed. You just hear like, and she turns into a box.
Right. Right.
She goes from a person to a box.
Nah,
Because the scripture comes out, she transforms like, I can't respond to this.
you know it's you know what they do. This is what they'll do.
Yeah, they start. They yawn like, nigga, this is boring.
Oh yeah.
You talking script? Oh, he about to start that scripture. No. Then they get a phone call, right? Then they get a phone call and it's like, hey, what you doing? Oh, nothing. Like,
Right.
y'all were doing something. Y'all were talking the Bible. Oh, I ain't doing nothing, girl. What's up? Like, what? She couldn't wait for that phone call.
Right.
Because as soon as it got anything to do with the Bible,
Nah, that's what she'll do. Like,
what she do? Tell
you
me.
think she go into a discussion?
What she do?
She texts her friend, hey, call me real quick.
Yeah. Why? Because the foundation ain't the same. If we can't talk Bible, if we can't talk the scriptures, I don't want your ass.
Right.
I'm sorry.
That's God.
I don't want you. If all you got to offer is the Weekend,
Music.
they back on that crap again. The Weekend, he came out with a broken nose or whatever the hell's going on, and everybody's trying to run to his concert. I hope y'all catch Corona, right? The Weekend and music and movies. If that's all you got to offer is your drama,
Right.
Or your body.
your damn body, and your opinion,
The gym.
bro, then we're not moving past a certain level.
God.
Because now when it's time to sit down and talk
Right.
about spiritual things and build, how we gonna raise our kids?
Because
All that's important. How we gonna raise the kids? That's a broad idea.
Right.
How are we gonna raise the kids is a broad idea.
Right.
From what food we gonna give them? Wait, you're a new mother. Are we breastfeeding or are we doing formula? Well, I want to do formula. Well, no, I want my child to be on breast milk because it's more healthier. There's no constipation. There's no diarrhea. There's no brain damage. There's no metal. There's none of those things in the milk.
if they get sick, the breast milk kills them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The breast milk is more healthy. Well, I want to do breastfeed. I want to do canned milk.
Right.
Why? Well, truthfully, it's because I might be a little bit lazy and you didn't find that out. I might not be motivated, you didn't find that out.
Right.
I might not care and you didn't find it out.
Right.
I might not know how. But as a man, we gotta find these things out. We gotta find out how are we gonna raise our kid from the infancy all the way up until manhood? You gonna let him? He gonna wait? Oh, so he gonna be up under you his whole life, and then when he turns 16, you gonna toss him to me?
Oh no.
Wait, so when I go to discipline him and beat his ass for doing something that he deserves a whooping for, you gonna come and shield me out the way? No, don't beat him. Like what? Yeah, you trying to whoop over your wife?
Oh no.
What the hell? So that means that we're not gonna be. Yeah, y'all both getting beat. Like nah, see, he beat me. But these things are important.
Right.
They're important. These are the things that when you dealing with a woman, you find these things out. Where's her head at when it comes to even knowing how to deal with kids? She got a short temper. As soon as the kids say something, get out of here, little nigga. How does she deal with other people's kids? Israel's gonna be in situations where it says be a father to the fatherless.
Right.
You're gonna be getting with women that got kids already.
Right.
You might get it with a man that got kids already. How does she deal with other people's kids? Is she gonna treat my kids like the holiest of the holies and crap on my children? Treat her kids like they angels.
Right.
But when it comes to my kids, she beating the hell out of them, giving them over much punishment. She tripling the punishment.
Right.
She beat them, punish them, come back, beat them again. Damn, I already beat them though. I already gave them the whooping. You came back and whooped them twice, grounded them for 6 months, took away every PlayStation, all the phones. Nigga can't eat, drink, nothing. No food.
You on the fast.
She beat him to the syllables.
She beat him to the alphabet. You, not two. She was overly aggressive and abusive because they're not her kids or because they're not his kids. Is she gonna be looking out for my children the same way that I would look out for hers? Right. Or is it her kids and my kids? Ooh, see, those is your kids, nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
And them just my kids. Like there shouldn't be a separation.
That's right.
Those are our kids.
Right.
But see, those are the things you find out early in conversation, in communication. When she's talking about your kids and my kids, there's a problem.
Right.
She's supposed to be saying our kids because they are.
That's
When we come together, they're ours.
That's right.
Right? We're now a blended family. I love that word. Blended family. Those is our kids. Those is we's kids.
Right.
Not your kids and my kids.
God.
But you got women that operate like that. Nigga, take your kids. Like, what? You supposed to, but you supposed to, but, or man, you, chick, ain't that what happens in the world?
Right.
Y'all, come on, y'all remember Baby Boy?
Yeah.
When Snoop Dogg was riding through the house and he was building up the fort?
Right.
I miss my daddy. F your daddy. Kick down his fort. F your fort, cuz. Right? He treated him bad because he wasn't his kid.
God.
So these are the things that we got to be looking out. That's just on dealing with children.
Right.
It's so much to hash out.
Right.
There should be never a dry moment
God.
of communication. A dry moment of, man, what do we got to go through next and deal with next? But if it's dry because all y'all know is music, man, you heard that new Migos? You heard that new such and such? Cardi B, remember she was on the carpet and she was butt-ass naked. Like, who cares?
Right.
We're talking about other business,
Or
other people's business.
yeah, such and such, such and such. If that's all you got, man, keep that.
Right.
Keep that. I'm gonna have to go redo the house.
God. Yeah.
I'm gonna redo the house.
Right.
But before you start building, these are the things you're supposed to get in.
God.
Go to Luke 6:47.
Luke chapter 6 verse 47. Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my saying
Go ahead.
and doeth them,
Right?
I will show you to whom he is like.
Go ahead.
He is like a man which built an house
Right?
and dig deep.
He did what?
Dig deep.
He dig that foundation deep. Read.
And laid the foundation on a rock.
He put the foundation on a rock, that cornerstone. Right? Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Read.
And when the flood arose,
Right?
the stream beat vehemently
Right?
upon that house.
Yeah, man, them floods, them problems, them waters start coming up. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Those perilous times. Right? With pestilence and disease and man turning against man and brother against brother and sister against sister.
Right.
And the land barren of faith. When all that stuff starts to happen,
Right.
when we're at odds in ideas,
Right.
and that's all it really is in relationships. It ain't really no hard times.
Right.
Really, all it is my idea don't match your idea.
God.
My thought process ain't matching yours. And it's like, you got to make a big damn deal out of that? All of a sudden now we're at odds because we just don't agree, or because you don't like the fact that I got the last say,
Right.
or that my method, no, what were you going to say?
No.
Or you don't like my method of the way I go about it?
Right.
So all of a sudden now that's the flood. See, this nigga's always putting me through things.
Man.
But man, she's off because she did it like, is she?
She got demons out.
She got demons on her, does she? Maybe you're wrong.
Right.
Some young brothers, man, they be wrong as hell. And you think just because you a man that qualifies you to always be right. Wisdom makes you right, not being a man.
Con.
We gotta always keep that in perspective, man.
That's right.
Wisdom makes you right.
That's con.
Not being a male, that don't make you right automatically. You got a lot of brothers that make very bad decisions.
Right.
And the sad part is that their ribs gotta be the casualties of those bad decisions.
Right.
Their rib gotta sit back and do the humble thing and just be like, damn, this nigga's gonna leave me? Okay, Con, let me just be led.
Man.
And what happens is, all she's doing is letting him work out his mistakes,
Right.
and she's showing her level of faith and humility to the Most High.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
There gotta be more of that anyway.
Definitely.
A lot of sisters need to get put through the ringer. Why? Because you ran through the ringer with Joe Donut Head in the world. You was like, let's go to the crack house.
Right.
You was like, let's go to the weed house. Let's go to the drama. Let's go to the fighting.
Let's go to the club.
Let's go to the club and I'm gonna get faded. And I know that she don't like me, but I'm gonna go get drunk. So that when she step to me, bitch, right?
Let's go to her house.
Let's pull up. No, we gonna pull up. Yeah, let's pull up. Like a lot of women was on that.
Right.
So now when you're being led in the spirit and you gotta rely on faith because you can't see it, you get all antsy and nervous. Like, well, he's making all the wrong decisions. At least he got a little bit of wisdom with him. At least he's trying. What did you roll with when you was on? I'm gonna pull up. What was you rolling with? Demons.
Right.
No, you was rolling with demons.
Exactly.
You was rolling with pride and
Right.
hatred. So when you pulled up and got beat up or arrested,
Right.
you saw the product. But this man, he might make a few mistakes.
Yeah.
You might not like the way he's leading, but Yahweh Shai is gonna fix up and shore up his shortcomings.
That's right.
Read on.
God. And could not shake it.
Wait. Go to Matthew 7:25.
You know it's crazy, man.
God.
So it said the street beat vehemently upon the house and it could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. What were you gonna say? Go to Matthew 7:25.
Matthew chapter 7 verse 25. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house,
Right.
and it fell not.
And what?
And it fell not.
Didn't fall. Because why? The foundation was built right. And the house was constructed up to code.
Done.
You know, some brothers be trying to build things so fast. It's like as soon as you look at it, you're like, oh, that's gonna fall.
Right.
That ain't gonna last more than a few weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, damn, that's the wall. Well, he just threw the paint on there. He made it look good, but as soon as you touch that wall, the whole wall just falls all the way over because he didn't fasten it to the ground.
Right.
Or his tile job. It looks all right, but if I drop something on the tile, is it gonna crack?
Like paper machete.
Yeah, paper mache. Yeah, paper mache walls. It looks good on the outside, right? They both glowing, right? Because they had great sex the night before. She cooked him a dope ass meal right after,
Right.
right? He's still young, so he might even hit a blunt.
Right.
They looking good, but when you start getting to the intricacies of how this man built, or how they both built their relationship,
Right.
soon as a little bit of rain hit, she's off, I need a new rib. What? Wait a minute, but you just got with her yesterday.
Done.
Hold on, brother. A new one? Wait, you need a whole new one. Well, you just got this one yesterday?
Right.
Hold up, Pause. Pause. Or, no, the best one is this. This is one I like. Where they going through problems with the house, and it's like, anybody got any questions? And the sister raises her hand like, so is it lawful if you divorce your husband? Can y'all show me in the scriptures where you can divorce your husband? Like, hold up. Pause. Wait a minute. Divorce your husband. So what's going on? Is he beating you? Is he kidding? Well, you know. He be raising his voice at me. Wait, so he's not beating you, not kicking you, he's not slapping you around with baseball bats and cracking bottles over your head like in the movies.
He's verbally abusive.
He's verbally abusive. How? Well, because when he goes to the Bible, he reads loud. What? Okay, sis.
Right.
Deal with that.
Right.
Deal with that. Right? And then you got to be not a lion in your own house, brothers.
That's right.
Be not a lion in your own house. But she tries to pull that. He's a lion in his own house. Well, how? Well, because, and then when you sitting there listening to her, right, you're like, well, I can see why he got to raise his voice. Because when it's time for you to tell her something, she's like, but, blah, 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 diarrhea at the mouth.
Right.
So it's like, sis, Shammai, be quiet.
Right.
So he got to raise his tone. Well, he's always yelling. Well, yeah, because you talk too much. That's why. You're prideful. You got to combat that.
Yep.
Right.
You see that? But, oh, well, he's putting me through hard times. And now I got PTSD. And you got all these different acronyms. Come on now. And you trying to find every which way to get out of the relationship. You trying to find every which way that not to be with this man. Well, now you bound. Now you're bound. Well, the scriptures say, through the hardness of your heart, Moses permitted divorce. Hardness of the heart is not him sitting you down and teaching you. Sisters, oh, like, why? We always argue. No, him teaching you is not arguing.
Right.
Him trying to show you, sis, you're not a Mexican. The Bible says this. Hey, look, read this. That's not arguing. That's him teaching you.
Right.
But we always argue. No, we don't. What the hell are you talking about? You're arguing in your mind, and he's showing you the scriptures.
Right.
Now, sisters, that he's saying that. Like, we're always arguing. This is why this and this don't happen. No, we're not arguing when I'm sitting you down saying, look, read that. We're not arguing when you're the student and I'm the teacher. That's not an argument.
No.
That's not an argument. That's your pride buffing up and not wanting to be told nothing.
Right.
So you create an argument in your own damn head.
Right.
What you want to say, Shaquat? You want to say something, man? Blaze them, man. What you got now? Right?
You acting like you won't blame me.
Shaquat's just gathering information. He's about to be a cold cat.
I got cut.
Yeah.
You get cut, don't even know you got cut.
Yep, Shaquat's just gathering information. So, what's the purpose? What's up? What you got?
Got a quick point to make. Just a quick point. Think about it. Do you really ever stop building with your wife?
No.
When it comes to a relationship, do you ever stop building?
You never did it in the world. You didn't stop in the world. In the world, you were like, yeah, we got plans. You got the 7-year plan, the 14-year plan, the
Exactly.
21-year plan. In a year, we're about to go to Jamaica. In 2 years from now, we're going to get married. In 3, we're going to have kids in 3 years. 4 years, we're going to buy that 2025 Cadillac. I'm going to get the matching his and hers. Then we're going to get a house in 7. Like, you never stopped.
You never stop, right? So think about it. Think about if you're building a building and you end up building a really big tower, right? Well, that should be the mindset of when we build relationships. It's like, okay, I'm not trying to build a house. I'm trying to build a tower because this relationship, we're always going to be building. So think about when you build a big tower, you got to consider, okay, the height that it's going to get at, how good does that foundation have to be? It has to be super good. Not only that, you got to make sure that the wind can't blow this tower over. That this tower has lights so an airplane don't crash into it. You got to consider so much. Like it's like when you look at a spouse, are you thinking like, okay, do I want the spouse? Does anybody like think of when they look at a wife or a husband like,
Potential.
okay, I can see myself with the potential. I can see myself with this person
Yeah.
in the truth until I'm dead,
Right.
or until one of us pass, until Yahweh Shai comes back, or you just looking at
She got a fatty.
you just looking at that. Because when you look at these towers,
Beautiful, Hawk.
when you look at these towers that's building, dude, these towers are very intricate. Like a lot of these towers, man, they sway
Right.
With the wind.
with the wind. They're not just tall, they sway. They actually move. You'll be up on the top floor, and you like this.
Right.
It's swaying like a
every
ship.
building does that.
And people, so you could be building, you building this big tower, you don't even think, okay, the wind is more rough up there.
Right.
The higher I get, the wind is more rough. I'm closer to the sun, the heat is hotter. I got birds that's constantly gonna be crashing in.
Right.
I got rain that's gonna be hitting. You got all these things. Like these buildings even have things for earthquakes.
Right.
So in the earthquakes, they're built like on this little thing that rocks.
Yep.
And that's why when the wind blows, it rocks. So even if an earthquake hits, especially in California, the buildings, they just sway with the earthquake.
Wow.
That's why an earthquake will happen and this building doesn't crumble. But when you build when you're building a foundation, especially on the scriptures, that's you building for that strong tower. You ain't just building for a house. You know what? If it rains here, it's not gonna flood. Or if hopefully an earthquake don't hit. You're not building like that. You're like, nah, I want to build this tower that keeps going.
Right.
That keeps going, because we're never gonna stop building in a relationship. So let me prepare for the things that's gonna come as this tower starts getting higher and higher and higher. We're adding years and we're adding years and years onto it. Let me prepare for when that starts happening, because that fall is harder
But that's the
than a
thing.
fall from a house.
Some people do stop building.
Yeah.
They stop building the right way for the different conditions that they're gonna come up against. I'ma still build. I'ma still be with you, and we're gonna still show up to class together. You're still gonna do my garment. You're still gonna cook food. You're still gonna take care of the kids. I'm gonna still have sex with you. You're gonna still have sex with me, right? We're gonna do those things in autopilot mode, and we're still building. We're laying brick upon brick. But I like what you said. The higher you get up, you got birds. So the glass I put higher up got to be different glass than I put at the bottom.
How am I going to
Different
this glass?
But that's what I'm saying. Like those things don't get taken into consideration, right? Because I'm just gonna do what I did when I got to a certain point. When I got to the point of I can't be bothered, but I know I still got to put a brick on top of a brick. But now I'm not gonna consider.
Right.
I'm not gonna build for the conditions.
Right.
So now, when something starts to happen in this part of the building, birds start hitting it, and it's like, damn, why are the windows cracking? Or why are birds able to pick apart what I built? Or why can somebody come in and break down what I built? Usually, why can some nigga slide up next to my rib, spit one in her ear, hey sis, that nigga's whack. You want a winner? Drop that chicken dinner.
Wow. He's the opposite of you, clean face, shaven.
Yeah, he come up with a baby looking like baby face, right? His braids is actually braided, right? He actually got a beard.
Oh, damn.
He got a beard. That's what I meant. They ain't fuzzy. His braids look like Nipsey Hussle braids. Ain't a fuzz there. His beard look like Rick Ross. And then you got your husband on the opposite end. He's busy. He working. He ain't got time to rebraid his braids. He ain't got time to comb his beard. This dude slides up. Weekend tickets. Weekend tickets. Right? Next thing you know, you gone. Next thing you know, you gone because you built and you stopped building and being aware of the situations to come. What was going to try to come and destroy the building at each step of the way. At every 10 feet that we went up, there was going to be a different challenge. So I got to build a base, right, for the flood. The water might get up to 100 feet. That base got to be 150 feet, 200 feet to withstand the flood. Then now I'm so high up, wait a minute, it got to be, everything can't sway to the point where it sways over. So my rebar and my cement, all that stuff got to be poured the right way. Right? That's why Paul said it. Wise master builder.
Right.
Wise master builder. What is a master builder? He knows how to put in every part of that house. Right. From the plumbing to the AC to the electricity to the flooring.
Right.
Wise master builder, meaning what? I know where to put the house. I know how to defend the house. I know what to put in play where maintenance of the house. I can't build too high and not be able to get up there to maintenance the windows. Even Esau knows, wait a minute, if I build a skyscraper 1,000 feet in the air, I gotta be able to go and clean those windows. Else I ain't gonna be able to see through.
Still gotta maintain.
Still gotta maintain. It says through much slothfulness the house droppeth through. So I gotta be able to maintain what I'm building. I gotta be able to maintain, if I go up so high, I gotta be able to maintain it. If I go so wide, I gotta be able to maintain it. If I go so far and long and width and breadth, I gotta be able to maintain what I'm building. So when the floods do come, I gotta be able to, after it floods, after it rains, snow, sleet, hail, I gotta be able to assess. Right? Let me go around and assess the building. Oh, okay, yeah, wow. A little damage there. Oh, we can patch that up. Right? Oh, a little caulking the window. Oh, yeah, damn, we got a leak. Oh, man, okay, we can go fix that. I gotta be able to go, broken window, I gotta patch that up. You gotta be able to maintain what you build. A wise master builder. It's not just I built and I'm gone. Or I built to a certain point and then that's it. I'm gonna just keep building it the same way. You gotta constantly be seeing, what am I building for? What is gonna come up next? Remember the trials, the fire, that gets turned up. The longer you're in this, the more the trials and tribulations come. So what's the purpose of the building? Go to 2 Timothy 2:19. So we got 15 minutes, huh? I'm not gonna go to my next point.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 19.
I have my next point. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure.
You see that? The foundation of God is sure. The foundation of the world is gonna crumble. The foundation of pride, of jealousy, of lust, of hatred, of money,
Right.
of riches.
Right.
That's not surety.
God.
Look at your favorite rapper's sports hero. They ain't got no jobs. Baseball canceled, hockey canceled, basketball canceled.
God.
Football might get canceled,
Right.
depending on how long this thing goes.
Concerts.
Dude, man, I'm so pissed they pushed Fast and the Furious back till 2021. I'm mad as hell. That's my movie, man. But my point is, look, even actors ain't got no jobs, man.
Right.
They're not doing nothing. Everything is done.
Right.
The foundation that we thought was, oh, see, I can go get me an acting career. That's going to last forever. Go talk to your favorite actor. Go talk to your favorite sports star. Go talk to your favorite ballet dancer and Broadway show play actor. They can't do none of that stuff. But guess what we can do? I can sit here and still teach.
Right.
I can sit here and read this Bible and still use it for my life. I can still build my family and my rib. Nothing can stop that. This is what surety is. Go ahead, read on.
Having this seal,
Go ahead.
the Lord knoweth them that are his.
Right, read on.
And let every one that nameth the name of Christ depart from iniquity.
Ephesians 2:21. Ephesians 2:21.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 21.
Go ahead.
In whom all the building fitly framed together
Right.
groweth unto a holy temple in the Lord.
That's the purpose, man. The building is supposed to be fitly framed together on this sure foundation to grow.
Right.
This is how you get growth. It wasn't to be stagnant after, oh, we've been together 8 years. She gave up. I'm like Chef Ramsay when he goes to when he be in Hell's Kitchen and they be in there just cooking half-ass. He's like, have you given up?
Right, yeah.
Have you given up? They're like, no, Chef. Some of y'all gave up. They've been there 10 minutes cooking. The scallops come out looking just whack. Have you given up? Right? Some of y'all look like y'all gave up because you've been in a relationship for 2 weeks. You've been in a relationship for 15 years. You've been in a relationship for 4 years. How long have you been together? We've been together like 8 years. Damn. But you already tired of her. She tired of you. Right? Y'all can't stand each other.
Got the dad bod now.
You got the dad bod, yeah. But none of that should matter.
Right.
None of that should matter. What it should be is, are we growing? Is there growth in our relationship? Is our building being added to? Or are we just doing constant maintenance? Is it me constantly pulling the pride out of the windows and washing the pride off of the brick? Is it me constantly washing the hatred and the misconceptions and the hurt? Is it constantly me washing the walls of misunderstandings and negative outlook? Do I gotta constantly power wash those walls? Can we keep building?
Right.
Or am I just cleaning? Like, man, what you? I'm just a janitor now. Just walking around, just mopping up pride, just mopping up insecurities, mopping up bad outlook and defiled outlook because there's no purity. Like, what are we building or is it just maintenance?
Yeah.
It should be a little bit of both.
That slows the process of the growth in the relationship, the growth of the children, the progression of the nation.
Yeah. It slows down the growth, man. If it's constantly now a cleanup session. Come on, let's clean up the pride. Oh, damn, they done graffiti pride on the wall again. Oh, damn, hate, get the power wash out. Let's clean those walls. But you got a bunch of brick over here ready to be laid. Ready to be added to the building. You got a bunch of material sitting over here at the side. It's like we could do so much more. Some of y'all haven't even tapped the potential of your relationship. Why? Because pride, jealousy, envy, hatred, jealousy, lack of forgiveness. Y'all got no forgiveness, man. And you can't move. You can't move forward. You can't move on to build because you're stuck in the past. You You stuck on that one time 10 years ago. Nigga, please. Please.
Right.
And that's for all relationships.
God.
That's brothers with brothers. Like, yeah, I can't trust them niggas. Because that one time in 88, back in 88, like, nigga, the hell you talking about back in 88? Bruh, get over it.
Right.
Move on.
Right.
Everybody else done moved on. Move on. You're the only one still holding on to a grudge. Move on.
Right.
The scriptures say, forgive thy neighbor the hurt that they have done unto thee.
Right.
Forgive your neighbor, man. Let that load off so you can pick up something else and build.
Right.
Read on.
God. And be ye kind one to another.
Read verse
31, Slakia.
No. Ephesians 2 and verse 21. One more time.
Oh, Slakia. Ephesians, verse 2.
Chapter 2 and verse 21.
Chapter 2, verse 21.
Go ahead.
In whom all the building fitly framed
Right.
together groweth unto an holy temple
Right. Go ahead.
in the Lord,
Right.
in whom ye also are builded together for an habitation of God through the Spirit.
Right. See, we're supposed to be building together.
Right.
Fashioned together. I want y'all to think about it. It's going to lead me to the next point. I'm not going to hit. We got 10 minutes. I'm going to hit it.
5.
I'm going to hit it. I'm not going to hit it. Because I want to add more to it. I'm not going to hit it. But think about this. Think about this. If I stack brick on brick,
Right.
and I fitly stack these bricks in a way that they're not gonna implode on me when I'm inside the house, what am I building? What do I have in this building? In the foundation. If the foundation don't implode, if the building is fit together and joint for a purpose of growth,
Right.
what do I develop with a person? What's the next thing you gotta have? Complete what? Starts with a T.
Trust.
Complete trust.
Yep.
I trust that you're gonna continue to be the brick in this building.
Right.
Think about it. If I pull a brick from the foundation, what's gonna happen? It's gonna fall.
Right.
So that means that everybody gotta stay in their order.
Right.
Everybody gotta stay doing what they were meant to do. So I gotta have trust. I gotta have trust as a husband that my wife, when I'm out doing the work of the Most High, when I'm stuck, if y'all didn't know the mall hours, 11 hours a day in the mall, right now it got shortened, right? But if I'm off teaching or in the mall working or doing class, I gotta trust that what?
You won't fall.
I gotta trust that my wife is doing her part.
Right.
Doing her job,
Right.
being the brick that she was supposed to be,
Right.
that she's tightly joined next to me, and we're completely in unison.
She's doing this.
Right? She's not a light woman,
Right.
but she's not bending off with the next best thing, right? She's not bending off. She's not sitting around with some other man. When she's off at her job, providing for the household, she's not someone's work wife. Ooh. Yeah. Because sisters be doing that. You got a husband in the truth, but then you got a work wife, but then you somebody's work wife? You somebody's work wife? Because you over there at work, listening to him spit game, and then you just all giggly-eyed. Bringing them sandwiches and crap.
Right.
I gotta trust that when I'm off doing the work of the Most High, if I gotta dip out to a whole other state,
Right.
she ain't bending off with some random nigga from her job or some dude she met at the gas station.
Right.
Guess what, babe? Some nigga at the gas station trying to holler at me and I just denied him. No, you didn't, because you got his number.
Right.
And then when I'm off doing the work, come to find out, that's who you bend off with. Man, where you? See, he was the dude from the gas station. The Most High reveals it. Like, that was a nigga you said you didn't get his number, huh? That was a dude that approached you, but then you act like you forearmed him. You gave him the Heisman, but you really didn't.
Right.
You really didn't. You didn't get his number. Let me get your snap.
Oh, that's a new
Let me get your Snap. No, let me get your IG. Let me get that gram.
Oh man.
I didn't get his number, but he got the gram, so now he Instagram messaging you.
DM.
He DMing you.
Right.
Your husband is off doing the work, and you getting DMs early morning. You know them 6 a.m. DMs? Wicked niggas? Penis pics. That's what they said. I mean, come on. Be real. That's is bold now. They dirty.
Yeah.
They dirty now. It ain't send me a pic. It's let me send you a pic. But there got to be a trust that everyone is going to do what they signed up to do.
Right.
I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to be a father. I'm going to be a husband. I'm going to be an example. You're going to be a wife. You're going to be a mother. You're going to be a sister. You're going to be an example for the people, for the nation. There's got to be a trust there. Now, we're not gonna stop doing our job. We're not going to stop doing our duties. Because as soon as one fails, they call it dereliction of duty. Once you fail in your duty, man, everything's going to fall apart. The relationship will fall apart. It causes the strain on one person or the other. Oh, you stop cooking? Oh, now I gotta cook. Oh, you stop cleaning? Oh, now I gotta clean. Gotta clean, teach, cook, laundry, teach, cook, laundry, clean the house, mop the floors, do the dishes, cook, teach, counsel, kids. Like, come on now. Wait, when did you stop? So complete. That's gonna be the next point we go into the next time we get into this class.
Nice.
Is trust. We're gonna deal with trust. We're gonna deal with loyalty, and we're gonna deal with what is love. Baby, don't hurt me. We're gonna deal with love. We're gonna deal with love. I don't even want to put it in there because, again, I have to because we got to understand what is it. What is love? All right. So, again, trust, loyalty, love. I mean, there's a few other things you can throw in, little subtopics, patience, but we're going to deal with the next class, so this is obviously going to be a part 3. All right, not sure when, but just look out for it. But meditate on that foundation, man. That's very important. The next, for you brothers and sisters that are online, single, and you're endeavoring for to be married, you don't just jump in because they look the part.
Right.
Don't just jump in because his beard, you know what I'm saying? He combs his beard and his fringes, and he got the salute down. Like everybody knows the salute. Everybody knows a little bit of Hebrew because he's saying Hebrew words like shalom, sis, shalom, akoti. Right?
That's a red flag.
When he says akoti, that's a red flag.
But it's a red flag when he learned the sister salute before he learned the brother salute. Make sure I can respect to these sisters here.
Yeah, akoti. Right? That gotta be careful, ladies. A nigga will dupe you.
Yeah.
He'll dupe you and he'll be a weed smoking nigga on the low. Because his foundation wasn't the foundation that you wanted, but out of loneliness, out of lust, out of carnality, you fell on this sand. You fell on the quicksand. You got swallowed up. Brothers, don't fall for it, Ak. Don't fall for it, Ak. And her voice sounds like Sade. What's that new chick that looks like Sade? She got Michael B. Jordan in her video. I forgot her name. She looks like Sade to me. She sounds good too. Because her voice sounds like Celine Dion.
No, Allegra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Don't fall for her because her voice sounds like an angel mixed with Fergie and Jesus.
Damn.
Nah, bruh. Don't fall for her because her she got fringes on her dress and her hair wrap. And she got the star right here in the middle.
She does not look like Sade.
To me, she do. In the video, she do, like right there. Right? Don't fall for it. She got the hair wrap on with the little Star David right here on the forehead. She got the shield right. She got the pomegranate right here on her forehead. She's righteous, brother. Don't fall for it. Make sure that the foundation, because she be the one trying to pull you away from brothers. Yeah, you can't be with them. But you lay with her, get her married. Next thing you know, if you be with them brothers, I'm leaving. What? Leaving? You get all scared. Next thing you know, what happened to that brother? Oh, he got a rib. That's sad. When you like, what happened to that brother? He got a rib.
That's sad.
That's sad. So remember, the foundation.
Or that sister.
Or that's what happened to that sister? Oh, she got a husband.
That's bad.
Well, he pulled her all the way from across country.
Yeah.
But she got anyway. All right, so we're gonna end it there. Y'all lying funny. Y'all laughing. Don't laugh at me. We're gonna end it there. We'll be back Wednesday. Mashaba will be back, I think, to finish his club.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, pilgrims. Yeah.
Right. Finish up his class, or maybe come with another one. I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. VA got a class tomorrow. They're live, so look out for that. Don't forget. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the videos, the cable shows. Again, wash y'all hands if y'all going out in these streets. If y'all touching grocery baskets, and you know, you still gotta live life.
Right.
We gotta live life. Remember, Matthew 24:8 said this is the beginning of sorrows.
Yes.
So there's gonna be a lot more pestilence to come. A lot more diseases is gonna hit.
Right.
Famine. All these things is gonna hit.
Right.
And there's gonna be a lot more things to come. That's gonna be harder than this. So we gotta live life. Remember, Ephesians 5:15. Walk circumspect, not as fools, redeeming the time.
Right.
Because the days are evil.
God.
You got wicked niggas going out and wicked nations trying to get people sick, trying to infect different things, kidnapping people.
Right.
You know, all this is to shadow down all the things that's been going on. Like, our people getting kidnapped, kids getting kidnapped, women getting kidnapped. They stopped talking about that.
Yeah, they did.
They stopped talking about bombings in Iran. They stopped talking about all that stuff, man. So just know what's going on, be aware, walk circumspect, and remember, the Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear.
God.
All right?
God.
With that, we'll end it. We'll say shalom.
Shalom.
We'll see y'all back here on Wednesday. Oh, you gotta end it. Everyone else, I mind you, Mopanya, Wadum.